excited, very nervous. It's all hitting me right now. I don't know what to do. It's fine. I'm calm, cool, collected. This is what we've prepared for. It's happening. My hair's look better, but yeah, there's an audience out there. My name is Jennifer Kratzer. I'm 21 years old. I go to Purdue University and I major in acting. I am from Liberty, Indiana. Liberty is a very small town on the Indiana-Ohio border, so there weren't a whole lot of opportunities. The main stage I have currently been cast in is called Good Kids. It's written by Naomi Izuka. This is a main stage production, which is different than a workshop production because this one is funded by guild members and the faculty will put it on. It's what makes the department money. There's like reviews written about, you know, these plays in the paper. It's a huge deal that this is my first main stage production. It's exciting.
I like not my intention. I got so brave drinking hair.
Actors, when you're ready, come out and check your props and mic stands.
Because they can't accept me for who I am.
Because they can't accept you for who you are.
They don't want my blonde hair and they don't want my tattoo. I don't have like a year amount of how long I've wanted to be an actress. I think I just always knew. I could never watch a movie and just be content with that. I watched it and like there was something inside of me that like wasn't fully happy because I wanted to be in them and not watching them. I think I was a junior in high school when I went to see a production of Wicked. My world was changed. My mom said that she looked over at me and I didn't like blink throughout the entire performance. It was so phenomenal, and because I just needed to be up there doing that. From that moment on, there was no choice whether I was going to do it or not. I had to. It's just... I think most actors, with their roles, they want to be able to tell a story that can make an impact on whoever's watching it, even if it's just like one person. I want to be able to affect someone the way that I was affected when I saw Wicked. You know, like, to the point where I had no choice. You want to be able to tell a story that's going to change that person's life in some way or another. To make them feel something, you know, to like awaken something, I don't know.
Proper ploys when you talk to boys, little ways to flirt and flounce. Oh, I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular.
Very refreshing.
I know about that.
My parents are as supportive as they can be, I think, because they just don't understand. To me, being successful isn't being famous. That is a definition of it. But, you know, to me, being successful is being able to act, make a living, make an impact, and do it while I'm happy. Constantly being able to do this thing that I love and do it comfortably. That's my definition of success. I'm absolutely terrified of not being successful to my standards. Wanna know what my favorite thing Joel has said so far? The theater is not a place for cowards. I like that. I like that. Okay, I'm really glad I looked at this because when I say stop to stop, I need to say that to Ty for the first stop and then Landon for the second stop, which I always forget to do. This is why you look at notes. Just stop.
What should I put as my background?
Me. Good ending. Okay. A lot of being a good actor is doing nothing. I like that. The number one fear is public speaking. You know, and imagine that, but multiply it by like 1,000, and that's what acting is. You're completely putting yourself out there, and you're so vulnerable. It's so hard to describe what it feels like to do that for like the first time, and until you get comfortable with it, it's so terrifying. In my experience, acting is just so emotional because nothing is sure. You know, you can be completely attached to a character or a role or your interpretation of a scene or something and have someone shoot it down. I say that I have like at least one huge breakdown every show. I think every artist goes through several points in their lives where like, what the hell am I doing? Like, why the fuck am I doing this? You know, like, how on earth did I rationally make this decision to do this? You know, I think every artist does that. because it's so stressful because you work so hard and sometimes it just doesn't come as easily as you want or need it to be. You're always going to be compared to other people, so you're constantly feeling, at least I am, inferior to others, or like I am constantly in competition. I will be experiencing this for the rest of my life. I'm gonna have to do things that keep my confidence up in some way.
Stop worrying so much about all of the demands and the rules and everything that we've given you. Pay attention to them, but don't focus on them, and start to enjoy this thing that you have committed weeks of your life to.
Dropping my second major was a really big decision. It's nice to have this other thing that distracts people from when I say I'm an acting major, because people are like, acting? What are you gonna do with acting? Or like, wow, I didn't know Purdue had an acting program. What do you do with that? How are you gonna make a living? I don't want to deal with those questions all the time. So it's kind of nice to be like, oh, well, I have communications, that's my real major, and then acting's my fun one. And that was just like a way I brushed it off. But I'm not getting everything out of acting that I could. So that's the decision behind dropping it. It's hard because I've had people who have been like, oh, thank God you're not just doing acting, I didn't think you were that dumb.
What are you doing?
Would you guys like to do a warm-up?
Yes! Who was that guy? He was cute. What, the good-looking type?
10 till time.
10 till time.
Come on, guys, let's warm up.
Nervous.
Really?
This is what nervous looks like, folks.
So what?
Fine.
Come on, let's go warm up.
Ow!
You can try.
That hurt.
Alright, let's start. People join us. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah!
Okay. Tongue twisters? Yes, please.
The big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood. The big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
Bronzed and blackened, thickened chickens.
Bronze and black.
Bronzed and blackened, thickened chickens. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Energy, energy, rock. 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 Energy, energy, rock.
You like to think that it's possible to have it all. I definitely look up to certain celebrities and actors. They just have a life where they seem genuinely happy. There are millions of people who that doesn't work out for, who are living, day by day, who are struggling with just pennies, And who's to say I'm not going to be one of those people? Now that I'm on my own and paying bills and needing money and trying to figure out how to make it all work, I realize how possible it is for me to not have all of what I want. You have to believe that we have, these passions and these dreams for a reason. I wouldn't be doing this unless this was what I was meant to do. I still believe that I can do this, but you hear of actors who that leaves them, and I don't want to end up not believing in myself anymore and not believing that I can follow through and do what I set my mind to. So I just don't want to stop believing in myself. I want people to look at me and think, she's got it, she can do this, she has what it takes, and if I don't even have that now, where am I gonna go? I don't always believe that I'm good enough, and I think you have to believe that you're good enough in order to make it. I feel like I'm just working towards nothing, and every day I just sit there and I'm like, is it worth it? Do I even have what it takes? Do people believe in me? Do people think I have what it takes? I just have no idea what I'm doing, or if I'm making the right decisions. I'm going to school and spending all of this money for something that's so fickle. You can't predict what's going to happen. I do want all of these decisions I'm making and everything I'm going through to pay off. there are a lot of sacrifices that you have to make in this profession, in this business. I feel like I'll regret it if I don't try, but I don't want to end up resenting what I love. If I do fail, I'm gonna really kick myself, for ignoring all of these warning signs along the way. So it's like every day there's, a test for me to see how much I want it, and I'm hoping that one day I just don't break and decide I don't anymore. So it's stupid. It's hard because relationships kind of get affected in this line of work. Being in shows and being an actor, like, I've lost a lot of contact with a lot of friends. People will tell you all the time that you kind of have to choose your career, your family, especially with acting and, with the arts. One of my acting professors was like, you have to decide what's more important to you. You can't have both. All of these things I'm sacrificing to be an actor. I'm like, right now, these decisions I'm making mean that being an actor is more important to me than having a family, and getting married and having a stable life, like, that's hard, that's really rough when you have to sit down and think what's most important to you. My brother's getting married and I haven't been able to help with the wedding or the bridal shower. It's so stupid that I'm crying, but Geraldine's his fiance, and I didn't get to help with the bridal shower at all because I have shows, and I had to leave early to be in a film. I had to leave the shower early, and it's like, that's what my family's gonna think of me, that, like, I am being selfish and I'm putting myself first and putting my career first, and I feel like that's the only way I'm gonna get ahead. But I had to leave the shower early. I don't get to go to the bridal shower at all, or like the bachelorette party, because I'm gonna be, it's the weekend we perform, but they're still coming to see the show. It's just like, they're so good to me, but I don't get to give my all to my family. I never see my friends outside of theater because that's all I do.
I didn't have any theater friends before Jen, and I don't know, it's nice to have someone that's interested in the same stuff as I am, but it's also such a good friend at the same time, even though she stresses me out with her stress sometimes.
Okay, tonight's opening night. We have a full house, sold out. Very exciting. I don't know, it's funny how, like, I've been stressing out until this moment, and right now it's just, like, so exciting. It's like, I don't know, everything just feels worth it right now.
All I will say is just remember everything I've told you and do it. That's my note. You guys have a lot of fun. I'll see you out there. Okay, stop.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And that gives them time enough to call the cue.
I've never really been proud of anything I've done until I've been an actor. There's just so many amazing things that come from it. I don't think there's a way I could describe being on stage and having all these lights on you and all these other elements. I can't do it justice with words. There's definitely a high when you're out there on stage and you're doing a performance. Even in film, it's just, your adrenaline's running, you're just so excited and you trust each other, and you're giving each other this energy and these emotions, and it's just like, you get off stage and you're like, what just happened to me? To have everyone look at you and you make an impact. For once, everyone is hanging on every single word you're saying or every single move you make. It's nerve-wracking, it's crazy. All eyes are on you, and it's okay. I've never completely lost myself until I started acting. I forget that I'm Jen Kratzer, and I am in that moment. I'm my character, and you're with this other person, but it's so cool to be able to believe each other and believe yourself and just be completely different people in a scene.
Purdue Theater presents Good Kids.
Okay, maybe nice isn't the right word. You left the party with those guys! was passed out. She was unconscious. Chloe! There's nothing like it, you know, when the lights go down and you get the applause, you're like, you just feel like, like you do have it. Like you can keep doing this. Like you do have what it takes. That's what adds to the high, you know, absolutely, I think. There's something so beautiful about it. It's amazing that we can read a play and bring these characters to life. I get chills when I think about it. I've met so many amazing people through acting. It's just so nice to be around people who are all so passionate about this one thing. Like we can all be so different, but you know, it doesn't matter because we have this huge love for this one thing. It feels like a family. Whether you've been working for 2 weeks or 2 months, you know, it's just like you're a family. It's going to take a lot of work to be able to do what I want to do. And I realize that, and I think as long as I'm prepared, I think the good will outweigh the bad. I think all of the struggle and everything that I'm going to have to do to get there, I think it will be worth it. There's no way I can see myself doing anything else. I keep going back because I have to. Like, I don't have an option. You know, like, I don't feel like I can actually make the decision not to. Like, physically, mentally, like, emotionally, can't do anything else. I don't feel like I have a choice. It's just so beautiful, and it's rewarding, it's irritating and stressful, but it's just so worth it, you know, and I know we all feel this way about something, you know, and this is my thing, so I just can't imagine doing anything else.